Welcome to a gender-neutral reading of A Course in Miracles. Today we're looking at Chapter 15, The Holy Instant, Part 3, Littleness versus Magnitude. Number 1. Be not content with littleness, but be sure you understand what littleness is and why you could never be content with it. Littleness is the offering you give yourself. You offer this in place of magnitude, and you accept it. Everything in this world is little because it is a world made out of littleness, in the strange belief that littleness can content you. When you strive for anything in this world, in the belief that it will bring you peace, you are belittling yourself and blinding yourself to glory. Littleness and glory are the choices open to your striving and your vigilance. You will always choose one at the expense of the other. Number 2, littleness versus magnitude. Yet what you do not realize each time you choose is that your choice is your evaluation of yourself. Choose littleness and you will not have peace, for you will have judged yourself unworthy of it, and whatever you offer as a substitute is much too poor a gift to satisfy you. It is essential that you accept that fact, and accept it gladly, that there is no form of littleness that can ever content you. You are free to try as many as you wish, but all you will be doing is to delay your homecoming, for you will be content only in magnitude, which is your home. Number 3, littleness versus magnitude. There is a deep responsibility you owe yourself, and one you must learn to remember all the time. The lesson may seem hard at first, but you will learn to love it when you realize that it is true and is but a tribute to your power. You, who have sought and found littleness, remember this. Every decision you make stems from what you think you are and represents the value that you put upon yourself. Believe the little can content you, and by limiting yourself, you will not be satisfied. For your function is not little, and it is only by finding your function and fulfilling it that you can escape from littleness. Number 4, littleness versus magnitude. There is no doubt about what your function is, for the Holy Spirit knows what it is. There is no doubt about its magnitude, for it reaches you through the Holy Spirit from magnitude. You do not have to strive for it because you have it. All your striving must be directed against littleness, for it does require vigilance to protect your magnitude in this world. To hold your magnitude in perfect awareness in a world of littleness is a task the little cannot undertake. Yet it is asked of you in tribute to your magnitude and not your littleness. Nor is it asked of you alone. The power of God will support every effort you make on behalf of God's dear children. Search for the little, and you deny yourself God's power. God is not willing that the children of God be content with less than everything. For God is not content without the children of God, and the children of God cannot be content with less than their Creator has given them. Number 5, littleness versus magnitude. I asked you earlier, would you be hostage to the ego or host to God? Let this question be asked you by the Holy Spirit every time you make a decision, for every decision you make does answer this and invites sorrow or joy accordingly. When God gave God's self to you in your creation, God established you as host to God forever. God has not left you, and you have not left God. All your attempts to deny God's magnitude and make the children of God hostage to the ego cannot make little whom God has joined with God. Every decision you make is for heaven or for hell and brings you the awareness of what you decided for. Number 6, littleness versus magnitude. The Holy Spirit can hold your magnitude, clean of all littleness, clearly and in perfect safety in your mind, untouched by every little gift the world of littleness would offer you. But for this, you cannot side against God in what God wills for you. Decide for God through God. For littleness and the belief that you can be content with littleness are decisions you make about yourself. Power and the glory that lie in you from God are for all who, like you, perceive themselves as little and believe that littleness can be blown up into a sense of magnitude that can content them. Neither give littleness nor accept it. All honor is due to the host of God. Your littleness deceives you, but your magnitude is of God who dwells in you and in whom you dwell. Touch no one, then, with littleness in the name of God, eternal host, unto the Creator. Number 7, littleness versus magnitude. In the season of Christmas, which celebrates the birth of holiness into this world, join with all who decided for holiness for you. It is our task together to restore the awareness of magnitude to the host whom God appointed for God's self. It is beyond all your littleness to give the gift of God, but not beyond you. For God would give God's self through you. God reaches from you to everyone and beyond everyone to the children of God's creations, but without leaving you. Far beyond your little world, but still in you. God extends forever. Yet God brings all God's extensions to you as host to God. Number 8, littleness versus magnitude. Is it a sacrifice to leave littleness behind and wander not in vain? It is not sacrifice to wake to glory, but it is sacrifice to accept anything less than glory. Learn that you must be worthy of the Prince of Peace, born in you in honor of God whose host you are. You know not what love means because you have sought to purchase it with little gifts, thus valuing it too little to understand its magnitude. Love is not little, and love dwells in you, for you are host to God. Before the greatness that lives in you, your poor appreciation of yourself and all the little offerings you give slip into nothingness. Number 9, littleness versus magnitude. Holy child of God, when will you learn that only holiness can content you and give you peace? Remember that you learn not for yourself alone, no more than I did. It is because I learned for you that you can learn of me. I would but teach you what is yours, so that together we can replace the shabby littleness that binds the host of God to guilt and weakness with the glad awareness of the glory that is in you. My birth in you is your awakening to grandeur. Welcome me not into a manger, but into the altar to holiness, where holiness abides in perfect peace. My kingdom is not of this world because it is in you, and you are of your Creator. Let us join in honoring you who must remain forever beyond littleness. Number 10, littleness versus magnitude. Decide with me who has decided to abide with you. I will as my Creator wills, knowing God's will is constant and at peace forever with itself. You will be content with nothing but God's will. Accept no less, remembering that everything I learned is yours. What my Creator loves, I love as God does, and I can no more accept it as what it is not than God can. And no more can you. When you have learned to accept what you are, you will make no more gifts to offer to yourself, for you will know you are complete, in need of nothing, and unable to accept anything for yourself. But you will gladly give, having received. The host of God need not seek to find anything. Number 11, littleness versus magnitude. If you are wholly willing to leave salvation to the plan of God and unwilling to attempt to grasp for peace yourself, salvation will be given you. Yet think not you can substitute your plan for God's. Rather join with me in God's, that we may release all those who would be bound, proclaiming together that the children of God are host to God. Thus will we let no one forget what you would remember, and thus will you remember it. Number 12, littleness versus magnitude. Call forth in everyone only the remembrance of God and of the heaven that is in God. For wherever you would have your fellow child of God be, there will you think you are. Hear not their appeal to hell and littleness, but only their call for heaven and greatness. Forget not that their call is yours, and answer them with me. God's power is forever on the side of God's host, for it protects only the peace in which God dwells. Lay not littleness before God's holy altar, which rises above the stars and reaches even to heaven, because of what is given it.